Today, since we've been on lockdown for over a week now with this coronavirus, I decided to make a nice, delicious pot of vegan chili. So I got this recipe online. I'm not sure who I got it from, but I got it online. So I have all of my ingredients here that I'm going to put into just one big pot of chili. Hopefully it'll last for a couple of days. We can just kind of munch on that with some cornbread and get us through this whole corona thing. So start with the produce. I've got a little bit of cilantro here, some serrano peppers, the other pepper, this one here, I forgot the name of it, but this pepper here, I've already diced it up. A couple of things of celery here. I'm going to chop up some of these nice little delicious red and orange peppers here. A little bit of vinegar, balsamic vinegar, organic braised tofu, some carrots. I've already chopped up a little bit of onions, a little bit of jalapeno peppers in this little bowl here, and what we got here? Some diced tomatoes. We got, can you see that? Diced tomatoes. And 2 cans of kidney beans, red kidney beans. We're going to put that in there. And then we're going to add a little bit of this chili mix that always makes it taste really, really good, like down-home chili. So I'm going to dice everything up, and then I'm going to toss it in a pot. Oh, one more thing. You can see that. Got some vegetable broth. So we're going to cook it in the vegetable broth. Bunch of spices, a little bit of garlic that I didn't bring out, and we're going to see how that works. So stay tuned. Okay, so I have my nice big pot here. I'm going to pour probably all of this vegetable oil in there. This is 32 ounces organic vegetable, not oil, vegetable broth. I'm just going to pour all of that in there. It's fat-free. No artificial flavors here. I'll probably end up pouring mixing it with a little bit of water as well. But I want to put the broth in there just to give it some flavor. And then I'm going to put a little bit of the balsamic vinegar. Now I got these small little vinegar thingies from HelloFresh, but you can use any type of balsamic vinegar that you want. I just like to put that in there because it's really good. And then I'm going to dump in my little, can you see that? Pull this back a little bit. All of my peppers, onions, serrano peppers, jalapeno peppers. I forget what that big pepper is. I always forget. But I'm going to put that in there as well. All of that just goes in there. And let me see if that's going to put it. I'll add a little bit more. We kind of like it a little spicy over here. And a little bit of garlic. This is just like, I don't know, 2 tablespoons of garlic. Stir that in there. And I'm going to let this boil, begin to boil. Bring this to a boil. Really quickly. Now I'm going to cut up a few more peppers. I know it's a lot of peppers, but because it's vegan, you don't have the flavor from the meat. So all of these little vegetable things kind of work out here. So few little red ones in there. And more red. These are really small and cute. Put those in. I'm going to rinse these off really quick. Okay, so I'm going to dice these peppers up really quickly. Right now I'm just cutting the stems off so that we don't have the stems in there. So I'm going to dice them up really nice and neat. And then we're going to add that to the chili as well. Okay, so then I'm going to add a little bit of this cilantro. I'm going to chop the stems off really quick, toss it in the trash, and I've already rinsed it really well. So I'm just going to chop it up a little bit, and we're going to put a portion of the cilantro in while it cooks, and then we're going to put some aside so that we can top it once the chili is served in your dishes. Okay, so now we're going to dice up the celery. We're going to put that in the chili as well. And as I said before, you don't have to use all of these ingredients. These are just some of the ingredients that I like to use. But we're going to dice those up really nice, dump them in the bowl, and put them in the pot. But before we do that, we're going to take our carrots, dump them in a strainer. We're going to rinse them off really well, nice and thoroughly. I like to clean all of my vegetables really well, just to rinse off any sort of residue that's on the vegetables. We like a lot of fresh vegetables, but you got to rinse them off really good. So now that those are rinsed off, we've got our carrots, our celeries, our pepper, and a little bit of the cilantro. Okay, so we're going to go over to our big pot on the stove. We're going to begin to dump more of the ingredients into the chili. I just want to say I do have a little bit of the sniffles. I don't have the coronavirus. I probably did have it before, but I don't have it now. I think it's just all of the peppers that are causing me to have a little stuffy nose or a runny nose. Anyway, I'm adding a little bit more water into the chili. I probably added about 2 cups more. I just wanted to show you that I am adding more water. I'm gonna dump in all of the celery and all of the sweet peppers in this. This is gonna be a vegetable loaded pot of chili. But it's gonna be really good, and most importantly, it's gonna be healthy. So we're gonna dump in those carrots, and we're just gonna continue to stir while we dumping in all of the vegetables. I like this chili because our kids like it too. Here I'm adding in fresh tomatoes as opposed to the canned tomatoes that I showed earlier. I just decided to add fresh tomatoes since everything else was pretty fresh. So I dumped in those fresh tomatoes. I diced up, I think, 2 tomatoes in that pot. So again, I like to have kind of healthy things, especially if your kids like things that are healthy and they actually eat it, then that's a win-win, you know, because they hate everything that's healthy. So I'm going to add in now 2 cans of kidney beans. Drain the kidney beans really well. There's a lot of juice in these cans. I like to drain it first. Maybe leave a little bit in there, but for the most part, drain off the juice from the beans. I added 2 cans of kidney beans and 1 can of white beans because I just thought we needed more beans to make it a little bit more hearty. So that's the second can there. I'm going to continue to stir. This right here, I'm gonna add in the chili mix. I got this chili mix from my dad. He swears by it. He's used it for years. Anytime I make chili, this is my go-to chili kit. So it has the chili mix there. It has a little thing of paprika, and that first little packet was a little bit of masa mix, which gives it like a thickness in the chili. The less water you add, the more of the chili flavor you will taste. So kind of use your own judgment with that. If you want it to taste really hearty and rich, then add less water. So I'm adding in now the chili mix, which will make about, I'm going to say 2 quarts of chili. This is a big pot because I'm adding in all these vegetables. But I actually had another thing of chili powder on the side that I added in to taste to give it more of a chili flavor, because sometimes that kit, well, this pot is the bigger pot for that than that chili kit can handle. So I added a little bit more chili powder. Now I'm putting in a little bit of the cilantro. That gives it a nice different flavor, but it's really nice in this particular chili just to add to all the vegetables. I'm gonna stir, 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 stir. And as you can see, I want to show you what it kind of looks like. This is it. I just think that looks so good. Like, it's loaded with vegetables. Peppers, celery, onions, garlic, cilantro, carrots, and beans. A little bit of tomatoes. Now it looks really like more like a vegetable soup than a chili, but give it a few minutes, let it cook down, and you'll see how it turns out. I'm going to show you how it looks after it starts to sort of cook down and it becomes really thick and rich. It's going to be really, really nice. Okay, so here it is after about 15 minutes. It's cooked down somewhat. It still needs to cook, I'm going to say, for another half an hour or so, just to make sure that all of the vegetables are cooked down and are nice and tender. Everything's nice and juicy. All the flavors are nice and blended. The salt, the pepper, the seasonings are all mixed in there and blended together. So this is about 15 minutes in. I just wanted to show you how it looks. Give it a few more minutes and I'll show you how it looks once it's served up. Right now, we can't wait, so it might be before 45 minutes. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, here it is. This is the Corona versus chili sauce. Anyway, here it is, all served up. It's about, we cooked it for about 40 minutes. It could actually cook a little bit longer, but we were hungry. So I topped it off with a little bit of cilantro. Instead of the cornbread, nobody wanted to wait. So I got a little dinner roll here. Now you can serve this over rice if you like. That'll even make it stretch a little longer. Or you can eat it just like this with the dinner roll or cornbread if you like. So this is the final product. I hope you enjoy it. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much.